Good morning, you guys. I think it's 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock. It's not morning anymore. But I want to do this dream that I had. I want to go ahead and record it because I'm not sure what kind of time I'm going to have left. I haven't been making videos because, you guys, I'm trying to finish up this online course. And I have to have it done before the end of the month. And it's hardly getting done. Okay, so that's why I haven't been on. I've had a lot to say. At least maybe I'll mirror some videos I've wanted to mirror, and we'll just see about how many videos I can make that I feel like I need to make. But I wanted to put this out because I had it last night and it was pretty amazing. It was very similar to the dream that I had that was the beginning of sorrow's dream. When I woke up, the Lord told me these are the beginning of sorrows, and that was like a week or so before the pandemic hit the United States. And in that dream, He was telling me, to stock up, be prepared, showing me different things. Okay, so how long and intricate this dream was, it reminded me of that dream. I've had other dreams, but not like this. Okay, to where I can remember every scene in the dream, and it be so intricate. So hopefully, I don't leave out any details. So in this dream, I'm just going to try to go through it as quick as I can. In this dream, and I'm not sure how I'm going to title it, but in this dream, I knew that I was at my job. I felt like I was on call at this job. It's my old job, where I used to do prep cook. I was the lead prep cook, and I felt like they had me come for a special, like a one-time big party. Not party, but like a large group of people. And I felt like I was on call. And I knew in the dream, just like in real life, that I haven't been there in a long time. But, I was there to help out with this large, whatever they had going on that day. And I remember going into the kitchen prep area and there being a whole bunch of dishes in the sink. I mean, all over the, you know, just dirty dishes piled up in the sink and in that prep area. And I just remember looking over at the dishwasher station. There being two guys there, them just being kind of totally swamped. There was a whole bunch of disorder kind of throughout the dream. All right. So I knew I had to go in there and make room, start to clean up a little bit before I even start doing anything as far as handling food. Okay. It wasn't sanitary. And I'm just thinking, how did this get like this? It's so chaotic. This is madness. There's a kitchen. There's an office in the kitchen, in the prep area. Okay, a little small square office in the kitchen, and that's where the office is for that restaurant. Okay. So anyway, I got some chicken. I was able to at least whip up some sauce for the chicken for the marinade guy who was frying the chicken. I was able to whip that up. Just it's like I went in there and I just knew what to do. And even though it was kind of chaotic, but it's just like everything came back to normal for me. Came back naturally for me, and I just knew at least I could get a couple things done. And so I whipped up some marinade. because the marinades are made by hand for the guy. I did it before he even needed it, just knowing that he would need it. It was a red hot sauce marinade. And then I grabbed some chicken, threw it in the basket for him to throw in the deep fryer, just kind of helping him out do that. Um, and then I realized that I hadn't clocked in. So I go I go out of the kitchen to, like the service station to clock in, and I couldn't remember my clock in number. And it was like 6 digits. Okay, it was like 140 something 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 something. And then I realized at the same time it was a new computer system. So I probably wouldn't have been able to clock in the new computer system. It was a new software on the computer. Anyway, so I would have had to verbally tell the boss and, probably get some type of like paper check or whatever, whatever. It just, like I wasn't in the system anymore. I believe that's symbolic. And then on top of that, in real life, when I woke up, I realized that's my work number at my current job, which is not a restaurant. But the first three numbers in that, I was trying to. I woke up and I realized that's my clock in number for my current job, which I'm not at because they closed down. They shut down. So then I'm peeping over at the bar area, and it's just like a bunch of wildlings. It's just like the wild, wild west. Like this group of people who they had accommodated. It just was a big group of wild people. I mean, everything was chaotic, you guys. Nothing was normal. Then the scene switched, and I was at this this open field, and this open field seemed to be like the Bone Hall Plantation over here, you guys. They have a little area where you can park at, and then on the other side where they usually have like strawberry crops and stuff for fall harvest, or if they're switching gears from strawberry where you can go pick strawberries you pick, they'll kind of switch up the scene for like Halloween and like fall festival kind of thing. They'll have something out there. Kind of transform this particular area for feast and stuff like that. And it's not at the plantation. It's like the farm area behind the housing plantation area. It's big, just acres and acres. So this is where the public can come at if they have the feast or the strawberry you pick, or da 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 da. So I was standing in the parking lot or in the dirt area where they had a bunch of cars at, and it just seemed like a few of it was just. I looked over to kind of like check out the whole area, and the whole area there was like no setup for festivals or fields, or no festivals or anything. It was just a whole bunch of cars, more cars than probably can fit out there. Okay, it was just that's all I could see. And like I said, they usually have like little festivals, little carnivals, little fall feasts, and then they'll transform it for Halloween. They'll have the Halloween haunted house trail thingy, on the other side where the parking lot is. But in that area, there was a bunch of cars. And there was a guy that was you guys, everything just seemed as if I didn't belong. The people in the dream didn't belong, okay? It's like the world was squeezing us out. Nothing, we're just passing through, okay? This is kind of the theme that is throughout the whole dream. So there was a guy who made the call to send somebody who was close standing, next to me. They were like, send, let's call him Johnny, send Johnny over there to go do this or to go do that. And I had the feeling that Johnny was like a believer. And Johnny, when I looked at Johnny's feet, Johnny had feet. It was like he was tired on his feet, but he was willing to go do whatever the person had instructed him to go out and do. Like send Johnny out over there to go speak to Susie, like go minister to her, whatever it was. That kind of thing, to go aid her. It's kind of like he was being instructed. So Johnny was ready to go, but Johnny's feet, his toes, instead of his toes being like regular toes, he was barefooted, and you can tell that his feet was just he was tired. His feet was tore up from just running all the time, not physically running, but doing whatever his purpose was in this life. Okay, I kind of was getting all this information, and I had the knowing of this, like Johnny will go, and even though his feet was tore up, instead of him having 5 toes, it just looked like his feet were tore up from constantly being on them all the time. But he was one that when whoever it was that made the call for Johnny to go, Johnny stood up on his feet and was ready to go and was ready to take the orders for him to go out and speak to so-and-so or go minister to so-and-so. And he would have had to go like across the field to where all these other cars were parked and lined up at, okay? And then in the dream, who looked like Brother Chad to me, from watching on a wall 88. First, I was thinking maybe it was Eric. Well, Eric and Chad might be around the same age. Let's just put it like that. I kind of got the feeling. At first, I thought I was like talking to Eric, but then when I got closer up, it was like Chad, Watchman on a Wall 88. And Chad was sent behind. It was like the combination of them two. Chad was behind this plexiglass, like temporary booth thingy, kind of was just popped up out of nowhere, and it was like a on the field, like like in the army you might have like on the field tent hospital type thing set up to aid the soldiers and out there, whatever location they are. That kind of thing. So this thing just popped up, and Chad was behind this glass, and I felt as if we had this plexiglass, just like this. It looked just like this. I felt like even though it was chaotic, we still kind of had to adhere to whatever guidelines or whatever, but he still was willing to do whatever it took, even though it was like this thing was chaotic, you guys. It's like we were operating in a system that we weren't supposed to be operating in, but we did it anyway. It was like the system was pushing us out as believers, okay? But we still followed the rules to a certain degree, okay? So this tent thing, not tent, but this booth, like individual one-on-one booth thing popped up, and Chad was sitting behind this plexiglass, and I told him, like I knew something like my hand was like tight or something, okay? In the web of my index finger and my thumb, it was tight, and I felt like I had it was sore, you guys. It was sore. I could feel it in the dream. It was sore. And I walk up to the booth to put my hand in under the plexiglass, and before, it's like for Chad to do whatever it was. Again, you guys, I was thinking this was Eric, because Eric's is a massage therapist, and I like Eric. I love Eric. Eric's my boy. He's just the sweetest thing. Him and Chad have the same kind of spirit, and I wonder if that's why the Lord used him in this dream. But I put my hand under the glass and I was going to tell Chad, listen, I got this sore spot in my, right here at the web of my hand. And, it's hurting me. So this is the area that you're going to, be massaging. It's like he was there to give a hand massage. So I put my hand underneath the window. And he was like, you didn't have to tell me that, because I would have already known. It was like all of us that were there, even though these scenes of these dreams were so chaotic, it was like we knew what each other needed. And he was like, you didn't have to tell me that. Like, I would have picked up on that anyway. I would have known how to massage your hand, and I would have found that spot without you telling me. Like, he intuitively would have known. He didn't say it in a proud way. It was there, like, I'm here to serve you kind of thing, I'm here to serve you, sister. Yes, I already know that your hand might be aching, okay? From whatever activity which would have caused it, okay? So I put my hand in the window, and he was smiling. He was smiling behind the glass, and I guess he wanted to like work on my hand. And then the scene switched. I was back at the restaurant in the kitchen prep area, and before I go there, after I pinned my hand to Chad, I looked over. The scene switched. I was still on the field. I looked over, and there was this military. Sorry, you guys. There was this military looking. The first thing I could think of was Rover. Okay? Rover has 4 wheels. And Rover was, I guess, one of the pieces of equipment that they used on the moon. Just think of Rover, this funny shaped looking thing, being a life-sized military tank truck. It was like it was 2 of them. One of them was shaped like Rover, but was the tan color of, it was like some type of special op type vehicle. It wasn't shaped like a tank or a Humvee or anything. It had the shape of this Rover kind of thing, but it looked like it was built with the same materials as a regular military, paint and wheels. So it was like big size, but it was shaped different, you guys. I wish I'd taken a picture or drawn a picture out. Just I don't know how to describe it, you guys. It just was, all I could think when I woke up was like space, like maybe space war or war in the heavens, or because of the shape of it, you guys. It's something you would see. It wasn't. Anyway, I'll try to figure out a picture, a thumbnail or something. I don't know. Just imagine a life-size Rover, this thing here, this type of machine, but painted with military colors and with military wheel, just regular military wheels on it. That's the only way I can describe it. Like a military vehicle with like just the windshield. And it just looked like it was for a some type of special use. Whether it would be there in the field that we were in, or was to be used later after the field of us were cleared. Okay? So scene switched to, this still last scene switched to where I was back in the kitchen in the restaurant. And it's still, humping and jumping and, kind of busy. And I was standing near the office. And I remember seeing my old kitchen manager, All these people in the kitchen are some of them are ex-cons and stuff. Not ex-cons, but they have criminal backgrounds. So it's just these are real manly men and things of that nature. Um, I hear in the back of the restaurant, you could hear it from inside because the prep area is by the back door. The deep fryer for the chicken is by the back door. It was if it was as if there was some type of hill behind the restaurant, which is not in real life. It's just a fence back there. It was as if there was some type of hill that we knew that people were coming over the hill and down the hill to the back door and to the restaurant. And you could hear it coming, okay? You could hear the kind of like one of those scenes like a Revolutionary War or Civil War. You could see just soldiers ducking down behind a hill, and then all of a sudden they just pop up and run over the hill to engage in battle, that type of thing. Like they kind of take it was that, but it sounded to me like a warring. I've heard warring in heaven once, you guys, for like 5-10 seconds. It wasn't that intense, but that's what it reminded me of when I woke up. Okay. The Lord has allowed me to hear warring in the heavens. And I mean, I felt like it was just a whisper, even though it was intensely loud. I know it was out of this world kind of thing. It's like he dimmed down the sound for me to hear it and discern what I was hearing for just even those few seconds. It's not something that I believe if I heard at the intensity and the loudness, the volume that it should be. It's not something that our human ears could handle. Okay, so it was kind of similar to that. I just knew a group of people was coming over this hill outside of the restaurant into the restaurant. So everybody's like, get in the office. Get it. I mean, people were pushing. It was like maybe 10 to 15 of us pushing people to get in the office, because we knew whatever this group of people or they intended to do harm. Okay, this warring, this we just knew it was like a rumbling, like oh gosh, we gotta get in. So we go in the office, people kind of push. I mean, these manly men are running like pushing women. You try to get the women and the children, and if there were children, try to get the women in first and the men going last. No, the men were just like trying to push in there. It was something evil. It was something not good, something deadly, something dangerous. We know it was something dangerous. I mean, I seen these tough guys turning into little punks. I get it. Oh my gosh, scared. So we were in there, and the lady who was the manager, I don't know who she is. She seemed to kind of almost be like Asian, okay. She was letting in as many people as we could before we knew they would come in the back door, and before we would have to shut the door and bolt it and lock it so that maybe that they couldn't come in to get us inside of the office once they've come in the back door of the restaurant. And somehow they came in with the crowd of the people. One guy came in with the crowd of the people that we knew was trying to kill us or harm us, whatever. Because people were trying to get in. We never shut the door. And he came in and he threw this bone. And I'm sitting on the back wall. I mean, I'm like face to face to him. He coming in and threw this bone. We were thinking he coming in shooting or something, okay? He throws this iridescent color dog bone, like real life size. I don't know if it was a dog bone, but it was a bone. And this is the closest thing I could, like a real, like a bone. And it was iridescent color like this. It was white. It was a white bone, but then it had like a iridescent color all over it. And he threw it. We were expecting, a bunch of people to come in and like shoot up, and he throws this bone, and this bone goes over my head and hits the wall, and then it falls behind my wall. It falls behind my back, even though my back is kind of up against the wall. It kind of falls behind my back, and it didn't harm me or it didn't hit my head. So I took the bone from behind my back and I kind of pushed it to the right of me, so the people that were sitting on the floor next to me, we could kind of use it as a weapon against him. And I grabbed it, and it fell back behind me after it hit the wall, and I was kind of like pushing it in secret, like I was pushing it towards them. And then the next thing you know, the person who came in and threw that bone, he was sitting on the floor. And I got up, even though I should have been terrified or whatever. I didn't feel any fear in the dream, you guys. I got up. He came in to terrorize us, but then he sat down, and he sat down like in the midst of that room that we were in, the office, on the floor. And I just started telling him about Jesus. And I was telling him Jesus came 2,000 years ago, and so and so and so and so. I mean, this long thing. And I was standing over him as he was sitting on the floor. And I was like, Jesus walked this earth. God sent him over 2,000 years ago. So and so and so and so. And I said, there's about to be a rapture. The rapture is about to take place very, 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 very soon. I said like 5 or 6 varies, okay? The rapture of the church is about to start, is about to be very, 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 very soon. And then it's going to be tribulation. And you don't want to be left here. You don't want to be left behind. You want to be part of the number. I was going on and on and on. And this man, for like, if I would have had to gauge, it would have been like, I gave this man like a 5-minute lecture and, ministering to him. And I watched him break down. And it seemed as if he was breaking down more when I was giving him the history of how Jesus walked this earth. And how he from like when he came down here to birth to when he went on the cross. It was like he started to break down whatever I was saying to him is regarding the history of Jesus walking this earth and being here. When I went from A to Z, it seemed like the history made sense to him, and it broke him down. And he just broke down to be like this little, I don't know. It seemed like I broke down a monster to be like a child. I don't know how to describe it. The Lord must have worked on his heart. And it seemed to me, and then the dream ended, okay? The dream ended. There was a theme of us just passing through. This world not being for us, okay? And then at the end, of course, this guy, maybe he was pagan. Maybe he was an atheist. He never believed on Jesus. I could tell it was something about the history that I spoke to him. And I felt like it was all through the Holy Spirit, because I would have never. I was speaking things to him that I knew that were truth. And I guess it's what the Lord wanted me to speak to him, to be able to break him down. It was like what I was telling him stopped all misconceptions about what he had heard about Jesus. And it probably softened his heart at that time. He turned from a totally different person. Okay. What I got from his dream, because I know the stream was long. It was intricate. I can't help that. Didn't want to leave out any details. What I got from this stream, that we are just passing through. Our assignments are very, I can't say far and few between, but there's not much left here to do for us. I mean, this world is pushing us out, okay? The chaos and the corruption and the this and the that, it's making it uncomfortable for us to even be here. There's nothing for here. We couldn't thrive here much longer, okay? But we still have things to do. But those things are, I mean, it's just not very much for us to do left here. It's not. It's not much for us to do here as far as time-wise. We occupy and we redeem the time that we have. But there's not, I mean, time is wrapping up. That's it. Our time here, yes, we do what the Lord tells us to do when we do it. We do those assignments. We minister to those people. I mean, it feels like it felt so so weird. It's like we wouldn't be able to function in this world. So the only thing left to do is for us to be taken out of here, because this world is like unrecognizable. Everywhere I went, it was just chaos and disorder and dysfunction and this and in the journey. It just, we didn't fit, and you could feel it. I just got the heebie-jeebies, like being anywhere. The inside, the outside, my job, the this, the outside, entertainment, places where it was supposed to be entertainment, it wasn't for us, okay? The world is kicking us out because evil is increasing. We're not going to be able to function here, you guys, as believers. It's no choice. We have to go. We have to go. But we are to do whatever it is that the Lord has us to do. But time is wrapping up. There's not much left for us to do. Whatever those assignments that the Lord has you to do, yes, we're still going to be doing them. Like I was in a dream, or like other brothers and sisters were in a dream. Barely functioning in this world. Time is wrapping up. Okay, you guys? I'll leave these scriptures below. We were just strangers and pilgrims on this earth. That's the only way I know how to describe it. All right? It's time to go. Occupy and redeem the time. And with all that's going on, especially stemming from this pandemic and us being on a permanent lockdown, we got permanent mask wearing, we got permanent plexiglass between us, permanent social distancing, permanent this, permanent that. These things were intended to be permanent. And I think there will be, to bring in the New World Order. All right, you guys, this video has gotten way too long, but I cannot leave out the details of this. All right? Come back and talk with you later.